Ironing out the logistics of your move can be a headache, so let Behringer Moving and Storage handle it for you. Visit BehringerMoving.com.
Good evening and welcome into the WHKY News for July 18th. I'm Ralph Mangum. The WHKY News is on over-the-air TV every weekday at 5:30 and 10 on channel 14.2, and we are online at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, a Catawba County man was killed in a crash Thursday. The deceased is 51-year-old Christopher Reid Carter of Newton. At about 10 o'clock Thursday night, the Highway Patrol responded to Whitener Road near Yoder Farm Road in Catawba County. Mr. Carter, who was driving a 2011 Hyundai Sonata northbound on Whitener Road, ran off the right side of the road and struck a tree. Mr. Carter passed away at the scene. He was not wearing a seatbelt. The preliminary investigation indicates that excessive speed was a contributing factor in the collision. The roadway was closed for about an hour. Certainly our condolences to Mr. Carter's family and loved ones. On July 17th, an inmate at the Burke County Jail collapsed while undergoing a medical evaluation. Detention staff and medical staff responded immediately with life-saving measures and requested assistance from Burke County EMS, who responded to the scene. Despite the efforts of both jail staff and EMS personnel, the inmate was pronounced deceased. The identity of the deceased has not been released. The Burke County Sheriff's Office has requested that the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation conduct an investigation. The Sheriff's Office has also reported the death to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services as required by state law. And again, our condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased. High Country Crime Stoppers reports that James Lynn Keller of Vilas has been found alive in Wytheville, Virginia. No additional details were released. Mr. Keller had last been seen on February 15th in the area of Tom Perry Road in Vilas. It's Commissioners Gone Wild in Caldwell County. Arianna Mack has the details.
That's correct, Ralph. A fight broke out between two commissioners before Monday night's July 14th Caldwell County Board of Commissioners meeting. According to published reports, a county spokesperson said the incident involved Commissioners Jeff Branch and Donnie Potter. A video released by Caldwell County officials shows one of the commissioners shoving the other to the floor. Other commissioners and security officers intervened to break up the fight. A police report says Potter was listed as a victim. During the dispute, which was caught on security cameras, one commissioner shoved the other, resulting in the altercation, which was quickly broken up by law enforcement and bystanders. Both apologized afterwards, with Branch reportedly saying it was a gentleman's disagreement. Police said neither commissioner requested that charges be filed. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna. After nearly a 3-hour public hearing on Tuesday evening, the Iredell County Board of Commissioners denied a request to rezone property in northern Iredell County for a proposed solar farm. The commissioners voted 5-0 to deny the request. According to the Iredell Free News, the Della White family, represented by applicant Sam Lipman of Finance for Impact, requested that commissioners approve a request to rezone 20 to 30 acres of a 192-acre tract along the western side of 5593 Wilkesboro Highway and Highway 115 from residential agricultural to residential agricultural conditional district. On the plus side, there were no fights as far as we know. Wednesday, Attorney General Jeff Jackson sued FEMA over its decision to cancel a program that provides over $200 million to protect North Carolina's infrastructure. According to a news release issued by the North Carolina Department of Justice, the lawsuit follows a bipartisan effort led by North Carolina Representative Chuck Edwards and Senator Tom Tillis, urging FEMA to reinstate the funds. Attorney General Jackson's lawsuit alleges that FEMA's decision violates the U.S. Constitution and other federal laws. Read much more at WHKY.com. Multiple armed robberies were committed early Thursday morning, and suspects were arrested quickly. Rob Eastwood reports.
The two suspects are charged in connection to a pair of armed robberies that occurred in eastern Burke County on separate streets early Thursday morning. The two suspects were found at a residence. One of the individuals was taken into custody without incident. A SWAT team was needed to take the other suspect into custody. 26-year-old Ethan Trey Kistler of Wilson Heights Avenue in Hildebrand and 24-year-old Kevin Blaine Jenkins of US 70 in Connolly Springs were arrested Thursday by Burke County Sheriff's officers. They are each charged with 2 felony counts of robbery with a dangerous weapon. The Burke County Sheriff's Office responded to reports of armed robberies in the early morning hours Thursday. The incidents began shortly before 3 a.m. The first incident occurred at a residence on Andrea Lane in Connolly Springs, where a victim reported being confronted by 2 armed men who assaulted him and stole property from his truck and residence. Shortly after, a second report came in of a similar crime involving a person walking on St. John's Church Avenue in the same area. The investigation led deputies to a residence on Prysock Avenue, where both suspects, identified as Kistler and Jenkins, were found. Kistler complied with deputies' commands and exited without incident, while Jenkins refused to come out, according to police reports. This prompted the deployment of the Burke County Sheriff's Office SWAT team. The team entered the residence and took Jenkins into custody without further incident. Kistler was placed under a $75,000 secured bond and had a Friday court appearance scheduled. Jenkins was taken to a hospital for evaluation. As of the time I'm filing this report, he had not been formally charged. The Burke County Sheriff's Office is continuing their investigation. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. More crime news coming up in today's crime report, including an arrest in a 2023 Lincoln County murder case. In local sports, a preview of Hickory FC's playoff matchup as the Good Guys take on the Lubbock Matadors at Moret Stadium tomorrow. In Community Focus, we'll meet the latest artist featured on Arts Culture Catawba's Art Wall. We were in the low 90s today with some scattered thunder showers. We'll stay in the 90s for the next 3 days with a 40 to 50% chance of rain Saturday and Monday and a much smaller chance on Sunday. We'll have a couple of days in the 80s after that before returning to the 90s by next Thursday. There's a 40% chance of rain Tuesday, but after that, no more than a 25% chance for the rest of the week. The latest weather forecast is always posted at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum. This is the WHKY News.